Greetings, YouTube. Diamond Wolf 12 back again, another video. So I'm gonna fix the lighting in this room. Okay, I'm back. This video, I actually just watched Power Rangers Operation Overdrive episode Once a Ranger, and we all know that was the 15th anniversary of Power Rangers. So I'm gonna revisit with the 20th anniversary coming up. I actually looked up and found a free website where I watched Once a Ranger. It was a two-parter, and I'm gonna review it. Now, this episode started off like any ordinary Operation Overdrive episode. The villains were actually looking for a jewel, one of the jewels to go on that big crown, and so yeah, and the Rangers somehow stop them, and after the fight, after the battle with the villains, the Rangers decide that they have to have a little press conference or something, but that basically returning a jewel that was stolen. That wasn't one of the jewels that goes in the crown, but it was the regular old jewel that was stolen from I guess a jewelry store or something like it. And the Rangers wound up stopping it. And then we cut to the villains. They get a call. Well, like a call from this guy named Frax, who turns out to be Rita and Lord Zedd's son. And how I feel about that? I don't think they should. I think they should have left that alone. Rita and Lord Zedd's son, cause he just looked kind of weird. And he had Lord Zedd's staff, power staff, like his staff and whatnot. And I was like, they shouldn't have done all that. But anyway, and then we come to the fight. Then we see some footage, and then later on the Rangers are fighting, and they're fighting the Thrax and all the other because Thrax has like not Thrax, I think his name was Frax. Frax one of those. He gets an alliance together with the villains of this season, all the villains of this season, and they basically overpower the Rangers. And then the Sentinel Knight tells them he's gonna have to do something. So what he winds up doing is, one day when the Rangers are out fighting, they're using their civilian powers. Like y'all know, mostly in all the Disney seasons, mostly the Rangers have their civilian power. The Rangers have civilian power. It started with Ninja Storm, and I'll get into it more in my Ninja Storm review, which I'm going to do later on. But anyway, they have civilian power. They use their civilian power, but the civilian power is nothing. It doesn't work. And then all of a sudden, we think the Rangers are overpowered. All of a sudden, you think the villains have won. We see some vines popping up. That trap that has two of the villains trapped. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we see Xander. We see the green Mystic Force Ranger. And you guys know how I feel about Mystic Force, so I'm not going to get into all that. But we see the green Mystic Force Ranger. Now, when I first seen this, I was like, okay, this must be the epic. Because I seen it was called Once a Ranger. I said, this must be the yearly team up with the Mystic Force team. And then all of a sudden, I see Kira. I see the yellow Dino Thunder Ranger. I was like, oh, well, maybe this isn't. It's like, maybe this isn't team up with the Mystic Force Rangers. I was like, maybe this is gonna be pretty good. I see Kira, and I was like, it's good to see Kira again. I like Dino Thunder. It's good to see Kira again. Then we seen Tori from then we seen I seen the red SPD Ranger. I was like, oh shit, is that Jack? Is Jack back? I thought it was Jet. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. We got the red SPD Ranger back. We got the blue Ninja Storm Ranger and the was the Blue Wind Ranger from Ninja Storm. We got the Yellow Dino Thunder Ranger, and I guess I can accept the Green Mystic Force Ranger. And then out of nowhere, because they were playing their theme songs in the background when these Rangers popped up. And then we hear some strange things. So I'm like, what Ranger series is that? Then I see the Power Axe. I'm like, oh, what the crap is this? Is this Zack? I was hoping it could be either Zack or Adam. I looked the Black Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Oh shit, what? I'm like, how did they get that? Like I said, I knew Disney had bought Saban's Power Ranger in general. I knew Disney had bought Power Rangers at that time anyway. But I was like, oh shit, it's the Black Ranger. I'm like, who is this, Zack or Adam? And I heard him talk. I was like, oh, it's Adam. Oh shit, we get to see Adam again. And then they fight, and then they unmorph, and then lo and behold, we see Kira, Tori, Xander, Bridge, which kind of got me a little mad, but I done got it. I'm alright with that. Bridge as the SPD Red Ranger, probably because they couldn't get Brandon J. McLaren and I think Chris Vincent, I think is his name, who played Sky. They couldn't get them, I don't believe. Well, I knew they probably won't get Brandon J. McLaren because I don't think he's ever going to come back to Power Rangers. He's becoming a legit actor now, so he's not probably going to come back to Power Rangers. And then I seen my man Johnny Young Bosch. And that did it for me. But when I first watched that, when they first premiered, that did it for me. I was like, we got Adam back. But anyway, it was the first time Adam actually got to lead a team. But those are the good parts. How they went with the episode wasn't kind of that great. It wasn't that kind of great because it had its flaws, and the flaws were Rita and Lord Zed having a son. Rita and Lord Zed having a son with a weak costume, and also having and one thing about Operation Overdrive, and I'm talking about this with a lot of the Disney seasons, because we all know in the Disney seasons are shot in New Zealand. Like toward the end of what's the season called? Toward the end of Wild Force, the production shifted to New Zealand, and so which actually Power Rangers is not even allowed to play in New Zealand because they think it's too violent. But yet they shoot Power Rangers in New Zealand, but they can't show it in New Zealand. And you can tell throughout all the actors in the Disney seasons, the actors' accents come out. That's the only thing I really had against Operation Overdrive, is because the acting in that sucked. Those actors really did not hide their accents. As well as some of the other Disney seasons, they did not hide their accents great. Their accents always came out. But anyway, well, yeah, that's kind of semi my review for Once a Ranger. A little short one. It's a little crappy Once a Ranger review because I just watched the episode. Well, I just watched the part one. This is just the part one review. And then there's a big team up at the end. The Rangers fight, and somehow the replacement Rangers, the veteran Rangers, get a hold of the other Rangers, the Overdrive Rangers Zords. And actually, I think they did something like this in Japan with Bo Kanger. I think Bo Kanger did something like this in Japan. It's like a Bo Kanger versus Super Sentai movie. They did something like this, but they didn't use those respective Ranger colors. They used something else. But anyway, used other Rangers. But anyway, it was an okay episode. It wasn't that great. I still pick Forever Red as a great 10th anniversary episode. And the new Go Hydra adaptation, they're gonna make it like a 10th anniversary season, so that's gonna be good to watch. But it was an okay episode. And that, for what it's worth, it was an okay episode. But anyway, one of the more better episodes of Operation Overdrive, I'll say that. And like I said, Operation Overdrive wasn't that bad, but could have been better. Anyway, that's all I got for this edition. I will be back with my Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie review. So Be on the lookout for that. Thumbs up this video. Go up and wiggle the subscribe button. And leave me a comment. So this is Diamond Woodchuck checking out. Peace, God bless, and I'm out.